3, 2, 1.
Clap.
What is up, everybody? It's Fabio for Articulated Comic Book Art here at San Diego Comic-Con 2023 with Juhn from JADA Toys. We are so stoked to talk to you, Juhn, because I don't think it's hyperbole to say you've had one of the hottest booths here.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't think so, man. How's the response been for Ryu? Like, every time we've come through,
yeah.
Ryu is gone.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Like, the first night, the line just got unmanageable. So we've been capping it every day. So we have enough inventory for people every day instead of selling out the first night. So yeah, we got it figured out. But yeah, the response has been like overwhelming.
Yeah, were you so overwhelming? So you weren't expecting like that big of a response, or not just that big?
I was hoping it was going to be big, but you know, you got to be careful and not like assume like, you know. So yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we're really excited about all the new stuff you have on display here, and if we're like keeping it Street Fighter, can you talk us through some of the new things you guys revealed today?
Yeah, for sure. So Street Fighter, we have 10 figures on display today. Okay. Yeah, so we have 3 waves of figures on display, including our exclusive, and Ryu and Fei Long are currently available online and at Target. Chun-Li's coming very soon, within the next month or so. And then from Wave 2, Ken will be following right after that. I think the highlight of this show is the debut of DJ. Mm-hmm. So he's never been made. I know he was prototyped and shown at San Diego maybe like 20 years ago. So it was only fitting to reveal him at San Diego today. So we're super excited about that. I know Cammy's a fan favorite, and also Guile. So Wave 3 is a super strong showing. So, and I know everybody's excited about it.
Yeah, how's the response to DJ been? Everyone's excited for a first-time character?
Yeah, it's cool because it's one of those characters, if you're in the know, you know. Mm-hmm. So for those people, it's extra special. So it's awesome to have that revealed here and have people come through and have that excitement about him.
What's the one you're most excited about?
I would say I'm super excited about Cammy.
Okay.
So she's a female character, and typically the female characters have less articulation than like a standard male buck. Mm-hmm. We try to maximize as much as we can with Chun-Li, and because we did work on Chun-Li, Cammy's a more improved version of that female buck we're working on. So I think once people get that in hand, they're going to be super impressed with the range of motion on that.
For sure. And one thing, honestly, I'm super impressed by, you mentioned that there would be a new license reveal at San Diego when you were last on our podcast, and you mentioned that there may be soft goods that I'd be interested in. Come to find out, I love it. Cyberpunk Edge Runners, how did the process for getting that license go, and what do you think about working on it?
I mean, so the game came out a couple years ago. I know it was pretty big and popular, but as far as like toys go and figures, it wasn't as hot. So I think a lot of people are kind of shying away from the brand. But once the anime came out, I think it completely changed, like, even my perception of, I want to do figures for that. Like, instantly I wanted to do it. And I think even the anime boosted the game, like, right after, too.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I didn't even think we'd get the license. I thought a lot of companies would be vying for it after the anime came out. But somehow it was open and available to us, so I was super excited about that. And for Cyberpunk, it's just a property where it makes sense to go full soft goods on it, especially because the jacket's an iconic piece from the show, and it's like has a lot of detail, so we want to make sure that we capture all that, and it only made sense in soft goods to do that. And it doesn't hinder articulation. You can take it off. The body's fully sculpted and painted on the inside. He has a thing on his spine, so
that's important. You gotta have the Sandeva stand on the back.
Yeah. So super excited about it, and I can't wait for people to have that in their hands because it kind of like it levels up our capabilities from where we started, even from now and beyond. So super excited about that.
Yeah, to see somebody at the retail level like doing soft goods in this way is like honestly a really cool thing. And on the jacket, like you said, it's an iconic piece. It's almost like a character on its own. You take it off, you know, it's so like iconic to the character, and he has so many like different looks in the anime. Can we expect that more, you know, beefed up, almost fully Cyber Psycho David?
So the goal is always to do as much as we can with a property that we're super interested in. So as long as it does well, as long as people show up for it, then we're going to keep making figures. Like for me, my personal favorite and next in line will be Rebecca.
Yeah.
And at one
a character swimming in soft goods.
Yeah. And at one point, I also want to do Adam Smasher.
Yeah.
No soft goods, but still, it's going to be awesome.
That's going to be huge, is what it's going to be.
Yeah,
man. And talk us through some of the mascots as well. You got Boo-Berry here as an exclusive. How's the response been for him?
Yeah, so we started mascots as like a separate line besides like our more like human-like characters. And it's a fun take on like more simplistic cartoony characters. So we launched with 2 characters maybe 2 years ago, but everyone since then is asking, where's Boo-Berry? Where's Boo-Berry? So it's like, all right, I think we got to come out with Boo-Berry. And we thought Comic-Con also was the perfect time to release it. He actually did really well. The reception has been really positive even at the show. We had an allotment here to sell and it sold out already. So the response has been much higher than we expected, and he definitely outshines his 2 other counterparts.
Quite literally, because he glows in the dark, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And as far as Evil Ryu, I noticed that you got him signed right over here. What's up with that?
Yeah, so we have one in display, and that's like, I'm going to take it home now because it was signed by the producer and director of Street Fighter 6.
Wow.
They drew Ryu on there, and they know my favorite character is Blanca, so there's a funny little Blanca sketch in the corner too.
Oh, man.
So I'm super excited. After the show's over, that's going in my permanent display at home.
Dude, right?
Yeah.
Most lovely Comic-Con moments. It's great that you get to experience that here, but not just while working the booth, you know?
Yeah.
Now, I think, did you want to get into Megaman? Yeah, okay, we're going to do a little CAG out right here. Ready?
All right, Juhn, you're entering the no spin zone, baby. Let's go. Okay. So I'm super excited about all the Mega Man stuff. I noticed that for Wave 3, you're jumping on to Mega Man 2. What's the thought process behind that, my friend?
So, like, for Street Fighter, it's something that I'm, like, personally invested in, and I had a very, like, clear goal to complete the Street Fighter 2 roster, because it's never been done. For Mega Man, it's been a little bit more loose, and like the goal initially was to complete game by game, but like I'm being distracted by all these cool like characters from other games, and it's just like me being impatient. I'm like, you know what? I want to jump to 2 because there's some wacky characters I really want to work on. So that's what kind of caused the jumping around a little bit for that. But I'm still trying to keep it within the first 3 games, so there's like cohesiveness across the waves where they're not from different eras, so when you do buy them all, it still looks like it's from the same like family of characters.
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. Yeah, the character designs between all 3 games are incredible. The first 3 games are some of the best in the entire library, arguably the best in the entire library. Going between waves, you've done 3 waves so far, but as you talked about on our podcast, you're always updating and upgrading the articulation between each waves. I'm noticing that there's a lot more range of movement in like the Woodman and the Bubble Man and stuff. Was it the same process that you were going through when we were talking about on the podcast? You're just trying to see how much more you can push it?
Yeah, for sure. So for example, like for the line of Mega Man, articulation is more challenging because it's more simple, but in turn that makes it more challenging to maximize range. So that's something like we're trying to improve on. So for example, if you look at Woodman and Bubbleman, they don't have an upper torso cut, but they have a ball joint at the waist. So that's something we did with Iceman in Wave 1. He only has the lower torso joint, but the range is decent. But just based on learnings from that, we improved it on the Wave 3 figures to where it still looks seamless, but it maximizes range, so you'll be able to pose them in any direction you want.
It's incredible. We were talking earlier, and you unveiled a little secret about the helmet, baby. The helmet.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So I mean, for me in general, when it comes to action figures, one of the main priorities is to maximize articulation. So that even goes with smaller characters, because a lot of times you get smaller pack-ins and they're more like accessory pieces or just like a slug. So for me, I really want to ensure that even smaller accessories or pack-ins of characters, we can also maximize range where we can. So he's really tiny. I don't know if it shows on screen, but in person he's really tiny. But he has full range on his feet and ankles, so you could rotate them in any direction. He has ankle rocker, and then the helmet is on a ball joint, so it rotates in any direction. So in the display, we had it so the helmet is tilted on his head, so you can see the range, and also it pops off, and you can put it on the floor, so it looks like he's hiding under his helmet. So he's a fully articulated action figure by himself, but he's also going to pack in with the third iteration of Megaman.
Yeah, so it's a 2-pack essentially, honestly. The best value 2-pack on the market right now, 100%.
Yeah, and what's cool about that Megaman, it shares the same color as the first Megaman, but the new one comes with an unhelmeted head, and its alternate helmeted head has a different expression from the Wave 1. So if you buy both, you have 4 portrait options. So it kind of becomes like a deluxe Megaman where you have way more options for expressions.
Hell yeah, that's incredible. Saying I'm excited is the understatement of the century, my friend. Can we expect you to jump around to maybe Mega Man 3, tackle some of the Robot Masters over there in the future?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, like I said earlier, if people show up for these and they support it, then we're going to continue to keep making them. And, you know, like right now the focus is the classic couple, 3 games, let's say. But a lot of people are asking about more modern stuff like X and whatnot. Like, you know, that's on the back burner. But if people continue to buy them, we're just going to keep pumping them out. So, yeah, that's where we're at with that.
Hopefully the turnout is great because we say it all the time on podcasts. Nobody has ever done Robot Masters as deep as JADA is doing it. Buy them immediately. Buy 2, just like me. Buy 2.
Buy 3.
Buy 3, 4, whatever. We'll do it.
Yeah.
All right, Juhn, thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. This has been Poncho, Fabio behind the camera from Articulated Comic Book Art, baby. It's been JADA Toys, the man, the myth, Juhn. Thank you so much, my friend.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Excellent. You killed it, dude. Always kill it.
Good stuff.